Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, collectors of all ages, it is Aussieverse, and we are back tonight with a countdown for a Kickstarter launch. Max, tell everybody about it, my friend.
Well, it is an epic sci-fi saga. If you love, if I can invoke Invincible, we were just reviewed by the very fine people from the Very Fine Comic Books podcast, and they referenced the artist Ben Worrell's work as resembling that of Ryan Ottley's, who is the artist for Invincible. And if you love that sort of art, and if you love the multiple narrative interweaving stories of say The Wire or Magnolia, I think you'd love this. And I researched my stuff. I actually have people who work with me who are PhDs in science who work diligently to make sure we get the science right. So if you love that, the sort of dimensions and the detail and the intricacies of stuff like Stellarlands, for Interstellar, I should say, you will also love Stellarlands. And yeah, we have the second issue coming out. The first issue was very quickly and very successfully funded, and very happy about that. And we sold out physical copies in Comic Gong and New South Wales Supernova Comic Con, where I first met Alex outside the parameters of a live stream. And I see you
we haven't met before.
No, we haven't before that. Yeah,
I don't know. I saw. I don't know if anybody else is in Sydney besides me and Max. I know Beau isn't. Missing out, mate. Missing out.
Yeah. The letter. My Oracle and long time Oracle. He is a he is also Sydney based.
Because I kind of feel like this guy here. Where is it? This one? Yeah, this guy here. If you look closely, he looks very cold. And that's how I feel like the weather's really bad in Sydney. So, anyway,
you know why that is? It's because we get the cold fronts direct. We're so close to Antarctica, where it's just an ocean between Antarctica and Australia. So we get that undiluted, fresh cold front before it mixes.
That's from Melbourne.
Yeah,
it has to hit Hobart, Launceston, Melbourne, and then Wollongong, and then it finally hits Sydney. So it should be like nice, cool room temperature by the time it gets here.
That's nothing. It gets sort of.
I'm not the one working with scientists. I'm just looking at the disc shape of the Earth, and I'm like, yeah, that's.
We live in a disc, huh? on the back of turtles.
I wish it was a turtle.
Yeah. So what time does this go live, mate?
Anytime now. Anytime.
It's not a set. I thought it was like 9 or something.
Well, the thing, I was planning to do it at 9, but the thing is, and this is something that all Kickstarter campaigners know, that once you click on the go live button, sometimes it takes a minute, sometimes it takes several minutes. So we'll say I'll click on the go live button at 9, but we'll just have to wait and see how long it takes to actually go live. And hopefully, maybe it won't be that long. Hopefully just a few minutes.
Sweet.
But, we'll see. Yeah.
I got a question, Max. So for all the audience who are here watching this for the first time on the YouTube, welcome. They want to warm themselves up. So you said you sold out at Supernova. So does that mean that you can't buy this anymore?
Probably not at cons in New South Wales until we get replenished. Physical copies can be bought at the ComX shop, which is at hang on.
Comics.net.au, isn't it?
You have a new URL. Yeah. Comics.net.au. Yeah, that is correct. We have 30 copies there. But if you are a Kindle reader, if you're I know one of the main impetuses for going fully digital is because of travel. You don't have to carry a veritable library in a backpack. If you're one of those iPad readers, we are on Amazon. We're on Kindle. You can buy us an Amazon
What
Kindle.
about Apple Books? Can I get it on Apple Books as well?
No, I haven't thought to upload it there. Would you recommend it?
That's why I buy my comics.
All right. How about Comixology?
No, because Amazon bought it, and they screwed me over when they switched from being independent to Amazon like 10 years ago or whatever. And then just like I don't know what happened. Did my library get lost, or I don't know, whatever.
It's all still there. There was a period when your titles were inaccessible, but when I came back a year later, I saw everything was there.
Yeah, once but $20 of comics has gone, I was like just devastated. Also, I was in China, so the internet was a bit sketchier. So, anyways, long time ago, maybe I should log on again. But anyways, yeah. So now I'm on Apple Books. The selection's a lot worse, but a lot of good graphic novels still on there. So I don't know what their percentage take is, but if it's not difficult, throw it up there too. So maybe other people who are
on Apple Books, hit one of the Mac brothers up because they've got Gods Among Men on Apple.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I read that. Shout out to the Mac brothers. They were, that was an awesome read, and very proud to be in the same publication umbrella as they are.
So I bought a copy of Stellarlands when it originally came out. And then I sent it to America in that package of Australian comics a while ago. So I had to buy another copy when I went to Supernatural recently. Did they always have the spectacular sizzle edition?
No, that's I think that's a new cost-effective way of printing. But I have to say that is I prefer the tactile nature of those prints more than I do the original ones. It's thinner, and it feels, not to say that the previous ones were defects or anything, but this one has more of a feeling of nostalgia and dare I say it, even legitimacy. So I do support the sizzle spectacular prints.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, because I only noticed it today when I gave it another reread. And I'm like, because I'm really bad when it comes to not only like Easter eggs and reading between the lines in things. I'm so bad at it that because art is always secondary to me, I'm all about the story. So a lot of things that can be right in front of my face, sometimes I just miss. And I'm looking at that going, has that always been there, or is that on the newer copies? And I just wasn't sure.
No. That's well, surely you felt. Did you notice a difference in the tactility and thinness?
My senses all over are no good, so I'm the wrong person to ask. But segue into the art. I don't know Ben Worrell. I have seen some of your previous interviews a year ago, though, when you were promoting Stellarlands 1. And he seems like a really nice guy. I've got to say, his art is really good, man. I really, really like it a lot. And I usually don't really comment on art that much because, again, I just don't. I don't know enough about art. I'm not. My eyes aren't that good to really comment on art. But I will say that I think when you're reading Marvel and DC and these big American comics for so long, you always expect the art to be top notch. Where with Australian comics, I think I'm a bit harsher on them because your expectations are probably a bit lower because you're a little ignorant into the quality that they produce. So when I see comics like this that have such good art, it makes me really proud to, because I know he's not Australian, right?
No, he's not. He's from Colorado. He's in Mountain Time, yeah.
Still, it makes me proud to see that Australian creators are being able to create such quality books, and not like, because don't get me wrong, sometimes things do need to be cheap, I'm certainly not going to comment on that because I don't know the backgrounds and the fundamentals of how to make comics. But sometimes things do need to be cheap, for it to work. And this doesn't look like that at all. The art's fantastic. I think SK with his lettering has done phenomenal as well. Really, really good. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that for somebody like myself that doesn't pay attention to that stuff, to pay attention to it, that's a pretty big high five in your favor, at least from my perspective.
Yeah, that's a huge compliment to the team. And yeah, let's throw a few more names there. The logo, the incredible logo designed by Amalia, and the coloring by Wilson Anthony Go, who is I gotta say that it's only poor vehicle for that. Never said that, but yeah, Wilson Go is so dedicated to his craft. We were in the middle of coloring, on a WhatsApp conversation, and suddenly he became uncontactable. He just dropped off the map, and then later he came back about 5-10 minutes later, and he apologized. He said, "Sorry, there was an earthquake here." Now where were we? And then we started discussing that sort of singular focus is just flabbergasting. And yeah, we are very lucky to have a team, a very strong team, at our backs.
Who designed the costume?
The costume was a lot of the designs were myself, really crude, and a lot of references, but I give a lot of leeway, a lot of latitude to Ben, and a lot of the visuals are Ben taking my seats and just going crazy with it.
Yeah, because I dig it. It must be so hard to be able to create a superhero costume in this day and age that hasn't been done. So to be able to do one, I think is pretty good.
Yeah, that's again, that is a huge compliment to Ben, and I have to say Ben does it quite quickly. I mean, certainly not Mobius quick, but quick enough that I'm never waiting around. Where it just.
Are you dressed like this, Max? Sorry, I just saw that the costumes are based on your wardrobe. So is this something you put on?
No, my wardrobe is strictly Kmart.
Yeah, that's good. I do Kmart as well. Anchor represent.
No, we got to evolve. We gotta be more trendy. You get with the times.
Yeah, I gotta go all H&M. What about you, Bo? Where do you buy your clothes?
When Claudia takes me out and she says I need a new jumper or something, or hand-me-downs, I've still got a lot of those. But no, she's trying to change me up so I'm a bit more presentable these days. You really put me on the spot there, Alex. Thanks.
Oh, no worries. I have the same. I have a significant other that dresses me. I don't know. I'm just assuming it's okay, man.
That's pretty cool.
So I did, as I said, I did reread it today because it had been a little while. And I wanted to say, man, is there any chance of getting some sort of this might be asking too much and putting you on the spot, so I apologize. It's probably something I should have asked backstage. But is there some chance we can maybe one day get some sort of interstellar map that has all of because you've got a lot of names in this book that you've created, whether it be from the first galactic war to the Ormulax to the Treverians, and I just feel like it would be great if we had maybe not even a map, but a cast.
A lore book. Yeah, like a sort of lore book. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well, I have these incomprehensible notes. I mean, yeah, being a writer, I mean, yeah, I just have to put them all together, I guess, when enough of it has sprung out into use from the lore book onto the pages of the comic book, and I don't think enough has found its way into the pages just yet. But when it does, I think, yeah, a lore book would be a great stretch goal to have for a future campaign.
Yeah.
Might be for this campaign. There are 2 stretch goals which are not, specifically mentioned.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, world building, it's a lot of fun, but the narrative always comes first. We don't get stuck into the minutia of the planets at the expense of the story or the characters.
Yeah.
Max, speaking of characters, how's your merch plans going along? You got merchandise happening coming in for these characters? Because I reckon he would be a great plushie.
Stretch goals include bookmarks and prints so far, but nothing beyond that at this stage.
Because you know, a blue octopus in your bed, I reckon that's money in the bank.
Blue. I'm pretty sure it's probably been done by a Pokemon variant.
Yeah, but this one has I don't know, but this one looks better.
As a why not? I'll just say yes.
Yeah, just say yes. Just say yes. Don't be humble. Don't be humble. You know, just credit yourself. Oh, I'm better than Nintendo, or it's not Nintendo, whatever the company that makes Pokemon. Then forgot they're not called Nintendo. There's somebody else. Nintendo just invested in them. I forgot what they're called. Doesn't matter. Are you? Bo, you're a big Pokemon fan?
Not at all.
Okay, great. No worries. Doesn't matter. It was about Stellarlands and how it's better than Pokemon.
Two franchises I never got into was Pokemon and Power Rangers.
Neither did I. Don't worry.
That's crazy. Yeah.
I did love these little tidbits at the end as well.
Oh yeah, Davo. He contributes a lot to the comics Drink and Draw. He's a good dude.
Davo, Dave Dye?
No.
The artist. All right, Davo.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I don't know him as Davo.
Yeah, he's Jesus Christ, I forgot his name. I'm so bad. I'm sorry. I'm on meds, so I don't know what's going on.
Aren't we all?
Yeah, it doesn't look it, but I'm on prescription stuff. But anyways,
I'll just say that the person who did the biography for Stellarlands 2 is you.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I did do those a long time ago. But yeah, I did some drawings of you guys. Yeah, there you go. So I'm in the book as well. So you know, if anybody, if that inspires you to throw some shillings at Max for his Kickstarter.
Is that? I thought that's why you were here to promote your art making.
No, you just invited me. I was like, oh, great, I get to talk.
No, well, your work is there, and yeah, you did, infantile renderings of myself and Benjamin, and it looked great, it looked cute, absolutely adorable. And that's why it's absolutely worthy to be in the pages.
So, for people that haven't read Stellarlands, give them the synopsis, give them the sales pitch. What is it about? Why should they buy issue 2?
Okay, well, issue 1 followed. It introduced us to a world of meta-humans, and issue 1 concerned itself with espionage mission, which introduced intergalactic proponents and a lot of pretty cool and funky visuals, as well as very in-depth politics. And issue 2 looks at life in a lunar military base and how a soldier stationed within, has to navigate the complex relationships between the enemies trying to kill them and the locals who view them as occupiers, and the people back home who are under the impression, however accurate or misguided, that they're fighting for their freedoms. So that's definitely one of the main themes of issue 2.
I've got to say, I really like how you incorporated 2 elements to it. One being addiction. I found that I really enjoyed that, because that's something that you don't see very much. I mean, rarely you may, but definitely not in something like Marvel or DC or things like that. I know we mentioned Gods Among Men before. That has a lot to do with drugs and things like that. But what was it that gave you, what is it that made you write the main character with an alcohol addiction and overcoming that and dealing with that while going through the main story?
Well, I just wanted to place emphasis in the human of superhuman. And yeah, it's just my way of saying that sometimes the demons that we battle within require superhuman strength. And, you know, conquering them is sometimes more impressive than conquering hostile elements in your environment. Yeah. I mean, internal struggles are often the most compelling aspect of anything, really, of films, plays. It's yeah,
Is there a
that's
personal thing to it, Max? Is there something like, are you battling with alcoholism, or you're enjoying it?
no. I'm 38 now. I think I think I know who I am and what my relationship with alcohol. But I do. Sorry.
Is it platonic?
Yeah, very well. It's estranged almost. But yeah, being in the arts, and you know, unfortunately, it's rather common because sometimes to you know a facility to be good at something artistic, you have to have no limits, and the lack of limits ultimately affects your inhibitions, and you know, sort of maybe lack of them in a sense.
Are you saying there's no good straight edge artist? Anybody that's gone straight edge, their creativity has gone there. I'm trying to cause controversy here, so this will get like people coming in.
Well, I'm sure there are, but just listing my favorite authors right now, they all like Hemingway, Capote, Fitzgerald. They all definitely had.
What about Alan Moore? Is he straight edge or alcoholic?
I don't know. That's a good question. What do you know?
I know he's a magician.
What's that to do with it?
Oh, a wizard,
yeah, wizard. I don't know. He's a self-confessed wizard, so I don't know what that means.
Polyamory as well. So yeah.
So the other thing. Sorry, Alex. Go.
Yeah, no, nothing. I was just thinking that like if you're a self-identified wizard, you're probably either straight edge or heavy onto something. I don't think there's like an in between.
The other thing that I liked in this book that reminded me of what's that movie where they had the bugs coming in? They made sequels of them and they were all crap, but only the first one was good.
Oh, Starship Troopers.
Starship Troopers, thank you.
The sequel's not that bad.
Oh no, the first one was great. The rest were crap.
The first one was great. No, they were cheap fun. The TV series actually had a Victorian artist. Phil Barlow was the art director for the series. So
is it animated? Yeah, that sounds interesting. I didn't know there was a television series.
Yeah, it was animated.
Oh wow,
it was animated. It was CG animated. But Phil Barlow is like one of my favorite artists, and he did a couple of comics as well, Aussieverse, and then he also went on to do animation. So he art directed the Ghostbusters. Anyways, go back to Stellarlands because those stuff is funded. Let's go back to Stellarlands.
So I was bringing up the point that you've got these ads in Stellarlands. I think there's at least 3 of them, maybe even 4 of different products. And I really dug that. I really enjoyed those.
Yeah, but they tied into the story. They have to. Yeah, I have to mention that. Yeah, they existed precisely to be used in the story in a way that progressed the characters in meaningful ways. It wasn't just there to world build. I got the idea from a Philip K. Dick novel, Ubik, where the interstitials between chapters were fictional ads for fictional products called Ubik, UBIK, but they never really played into the story, and that's what my one does. It certainly plays into the story.
I might just get rid of that logo from your face so that we can see you more, mate.
Sorry.
Now, yeah.
Oh no, what show am I on?
The other thing is that, and I say this before with other creators too, but it really stands out with yourself, Max, where, you know, coming up with an idea is one thing. Like you turn around, for example, with these ads and say, okay, I'm going to put in these ads and one of them's going to be this lamprey spear gun, right? And you go, okay, I'm going to have this person do an ad of a spear gun. And you could make that, you could do that so easily. without putting any real thought behind it or making it seem like a real product. Where with yourself, you use language in here that I don't know if I'd be smart enough to put in, where it says like, you want to get started spearfishing. Well, this hydrosphere is fitted with a torpedo propulsion system for the extra oomph in your projectile. It's also being rigged with a miniature jet engine so it can pull you along underwater when you need to give your legs a rest. Stuff like that is just gold to me. It's a lot of thought, and I think that's really cool.
I appreciate that. The secret there is that there is a musicality to dialogue. There is a rhythm to how people speak, and it's different with everybody's access to vocabulary and their confidence and their literacy and who they are as a character. But all you got to do is, my advice there is to just tap into that music, tap into that rhythm, because that's how people are. That's how communication happens. There's music. You could get the lyrics wrong and it'll still be okay, but if you hear the music, you'll create something like that, memorable and cool.
So I got a question about this, because you're I don't know if many people in the audience know that you're like a big film guy, a big name in the film business. And are you working on a movie?
I'm constantly working on short films.
Yeah.
Are you doing
like, I'm not so talking like making like a $249 million feature film, but like, are you doing like 5-minute shorts for YouTube or anything like that?
I have a 10-minute short that I've just finished, which I'm going to be submitting to
festival. Is it Stellarlands?
No, it's not. But the Stellarlands. See, one of the reasons why I ventured into comics was because of the COVID pandemic and being locked in. I finally realized I could make these film projects, which had been in gestation for a long time and which would require ghastly, inhuman budgets to make. Yeah, so that's one of the inspirations or motivations behind how Stellarlands came to be. And
so you're saying you couldn't make Stellarlands by selling all your comics and maxing out your credit cards?
I don't have enough. I don't have a lot of comics to sell, and you got to max out your credit card maybe 300 times over to get a budget like that. But no, I don't. And you know what?
Shoot it in black and white.
First of all, it's shooting something in black and white and color grading it. It doesn't affect the budget anymore. Everything is shot digitally now. We don't shoot in film stock. Although I do.
Sorry, I'm from 1993. I just woke up from a coma. I don't know what's going on.
1993. So you just saw Jurassic Park. How was Jurassic Park?
I didn't watch this. I didn't watch that. I watched Beverly Hills Cop because it was free on TV.
Beverly Hills Cop 1.
Not 2.
2. Well,
I didn't watch 3 wasn't out yet. When did 3 come out? But anyway, that's got nothing to do with Stellarlands. Sorry? Yeah.
Well, go to Netflix and you'll be right back where you started, because Beverly Hills Cop 4.
What's Netflix?
It's the site that hosts Beverly Hills Cop 4.
Nice. I'm gonna go there. But firstly, let's talk about Stellarlands. And so we can't fund it. We don't have enough. Do you reckon we're gonna Kickstarter for 300 mil budget?
I don't know. Do film Kickstarters generally do well? I gotta ask.
There's a couple that do. The Angry Video Game Nerd, he raised over $1 million for his movie.
In who? But he was already like established, wasn't he? With his Angry.
So are you. Stellarlands is like number one selling Aussie comic. Is that right, Bo?
I was getting ready to share the screen. Can you repeat that statement?
Stellarlands is the number one selling Aussie comic, isn't it?
I don't know what the number one selling Aussie. Sure, yes, Stellarlands is the number one selling Aussie comic of all time.
Yeah, so based on that, let's try to fund some big Hollywood budgets.
I don't think it is the highest selling, but
anyways, let's get on to this. Stellarlands issues 1 and 2, an epic sci-fi saga. Take it away, Max.
Well, as I said, what you see there on the screen, they're the two main characters. and right now it's a sort of unrequited love story. Whether it is requited is something that you'll have to read in order to learn. But those are that's the male.
My favorite characters in there.
I love I love the kineticism of that of that shot. Anyway, before we launch, why don't we show a video? Why don't we show the main video actually, which is the video that will play once it goes live.
Okay.
Yeah, it's called main.
Main video?
Yeah, yes, please.
First off, fantastic book. Love the artwork in it. Love the storytelling in it. It is truly great.
I kind of thought I was going to get like a sci-fi superhero story, which technically I did, but it was far more in-depth and nuanced than I expected.
The underlying themes of mental health and addiction were done very well with a lot of care.
The art is ambitious and bold, and when it comes down to the final product, it's just amazing, and it does not fail to please.
I thought it was great. The art was fantastic.
Another awesome indie comic find out of all.
You guys should definitely check that out. I'm really looking forward to reading issue number 2.
Go big or go home. That's my motto. And Max seems like he's going big in the story.
That's interesting.
Hello, everyone. My name is Max. I am the writer of Stellarlands.
Hey, Max.
Myself and the artist Ben Worrell. I want to thank you for clicking on our Kickstarter campaign site and giving us your time and your consideration. Now, I sincerely believe that Stellarlands is a project that is worthy of your pledges and your reading appetites, because it's more than just a fire and fury action-packed comic book, though we do love those, but that it attempts to be something more, a rich, layered, multi-narrative journey that looks at various characters of different and even competing social statuses, from soldiers to civilians to soldiers on the other side of the war to intergalactic politicians. And it shows you how they're all interconnected on a cosmic scale. And for those of you who were there with us from issue 1, I want to thank you, because we wouldn't be here at this exciting point without you. You have my deepest gratitude. And for those of you who are just joining us now from the Kickstarter-verse, welcome. And we hope you will support us by continuing to be with us as we grow and expand and evolve.
Beauty.
Awesome. What do you guys think?
Well, I'm just going to bring up. I'm going to bring up one criticism, because that's what we're here to be harsh. I saw all those reviewers talking about it. How come Beau wasn't in the montage?
Beau didn't do Beau does interviews. He doesn't do reviews.
Yeah, but he'll do a review for you to make you look good, because like you got all these American accents, and it's like, oh, we need a loud Aussie accent to drown them out. I mean, it looks awesome, by the way. Don't worry, it looks awesome. So don't get that criticism. The comic looks awesome. Beau missing was like a big thing that stood out for me.
Oh, well, thank you, Alex. That was sweet, mate.
Yeah. Oh, look, that's you hear your audience, Bo. There's a, there's a market out there for comic book reviews as they are. If I can just be frank right now, there seems to be a delay with the activation of the campaign. I recently changed the shipping costs of the comic campaign because of something called inflation. Everything is, as you could probably see, a little bit more expensive now, which is why I put a $5 surcharge with the shipping for domestic, and I hope that $5 is well within your budget and is okay with you. But if creators like me don't put the $5 shipping detail in the Kickstarter campaign, we could very well end up paying something like $3,000 just for the shipping. Especially considering international shipping and postage as well. So yeah, there might be a delay there because it's something that to be perfectly frank, I just changed about half an hour before the start of the campaign, and now I think what's going on is that the Kickstarter overlords are reviewing it again because there's a sort of delay, and I apologize for that. But I think we should be up like almost very very soon after this the live stream ends.
Well, I'm constantly refreshing it, so I'll let you know. But as most people in Australia know by now, anyway, that purchase comics, Australia Post is going up all the time, and it's quite ridiculous. It's now nearly $10 just to send a single comic, safely packaged and well, which is just ridiculous. So it's very hard for Australian creators at the moment, and it's not going to get any easier, I don't think, because you're selling one comic. Although with Stellarlands, you may want to purchase issue 1 if you hadn't previously, which will make the postage more reasonable for you. But there's really nothing that people can really do about it. It just is what it is.
Yeah. Well, hopefully.
Max, I got a question on that.
Yeah. Yes.
Do you have any relationships with shops in Australia for some people who are like scared of Kickstarter?
All right. Well, we are in the good people at ComX through the efforts of the Mac brothers and Stu Thornton have got us in shops in Perth and Melbourne, and All-Star Comics. Sorry,
King's Comics?
No, not King's Comics. Hopefully we can one day, but right now there's let's just say that there are certain bridges to mend with Kings, and but hopefully, I hold that hope. But yeah, King's Comics
next time we're at a convention, I'll talk to those people. Just bring him out for drinks and go like, "Look, guys, come on."
Is that easy? You gotta get a charm offensive on.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Just tell them, guys, come on. Yeah. Anyways, yes.
No, King's Comics is always good. I've always had good feedback.
Yeah, love them. I was just
As is All-Star Comics, very good store.
Well, it's generally a good store, but I just pointed out a flaw in their business by not having Stellarlands in it.
That's I do appreciate that, but to be perfectly frank, when I started this journey, I just wanted to do strictly PDFs and Kindle. That was that's why I never thought about. Apparently, there's a strategy with what goes on with the even page and the odd page. I never even thought about that. My vision for Stellarlands was completely PDF, was completely for iPad readers. But
you haven't thought of webtoons then, if you wanted to go online?
I don't know. Do webtoons do like serious, like adult?
Yeah, very much.
Yeah. Oh well, I didn't know.
There's a couple of sci-fis. I forgot the girl's name. There used to be a girl. She's from Perth. She used to come on Drink and Draw, and she had a sci-fi comic on it, and she was doing very well. She was doing very well.
Okay, cool. But yeah, well, I'll check it out. But as I was getting at it earlier, is that yeah, it was Comex who convinced me to go physical, to start selling physical copies. Otherwise, if I
It was a
went,
good idea. It was a good idea. I remember when I first saw Shane talk about it, I told him, like, this is a very solid book. Like, this is a very good book to have in your portfolio as a publisher. So this was not joking aside. I'll make a joke in 3 minutes, but for now, just seriously, I thought this was a good book.
I do appreciate that. Yeah, and when's your do you have a comic book in the works?
Yeah, but it's not my show. It's your show. Yeah, I'm working on something, and I'll have to talk with Shane a little bit about it. It's super late. I was hoping to have something for review by now, and I think I'll need another 6 months for it. So like, let's not talk about it.
Yeah, well, it's better to launch than prior. When you're not ready.
Yeah, it's ballooned to be double the size I was expecting. It's about at 80 pages now. So.
Oh, nice. And is it like Bone? Can I say? Have you read Jeff Smith's Bone?
Jeff Smith's Bone. It's nothing like that though, because it's basically a callback. It's not a callback. It's a collection of comics I've done for the past 20 years. So I used to be like in K-Zone and other stuff as well. And I'm just collecting a bunch of old comics all the way that, like, I've been into anthologies or been colored in, remastered, and there's like a little story that puts them all together. So I got all the 50 pages of old books. They've all been remastered. A lot of pages had to be redrawn and had to ape my style from like 18 years ago that when done digitally, doing it digitally, and then coloring them all in. So anyways, it's not about me. It's about you. We'll talk about mine when it's that time. So
yeah.
More interestingly, sorry.
But in saying that, if anybody doesn't know how to find books on Kickstarter, which is pretty easy, just go to Kickstarter, type in Stellarlands. There is the link in the description, as well as Sloppy Bunny Tunes, which is all about Alex here. So go check that out in the description.
Yeah. I mean, like you'll see, I mean, a bunch of little books recently been appearing, little cameos, just like in Stellarlands. I've got a little cameo in that. So there you go. That was a lot of fun. That was a very pleasant message to get from Max. I was like, "Oh, can you draw these?" And I was like, yeah.
And you forgot, and you absolutely forgot. That was,
what did I think? Yeah, I totally forgot. Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm forgetting a lot of stuff like recently. So there you go. I mean, I haven't forgotten, but I have at the same time. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. That's Well,
it's very Australian. Yeah. Nah.
No,
that's kind of how my memory works.
Very New Zealander. I think the first time I heard "yeah nah" was a New Zealand meme. It said "yeah nah" means no, nah yeah means yes.
No, I remember the first time I landed in New Zealand. I went for a holiday, and the guy who's checking my luggage or whatever at security basically said, "Oh, that's choice, bro." And I was like, "Oh, they do say this in New Zealand. Like they say choice."
They do.
All right. Anyway, while we're waiting for the activation, I was wondering.
Oh, is this an activation party?
What's happened? Oh well, it was supposed to be. Is that what they call it? Activation party?
No, I'm just everything's a party. So.
All right. No, well, if that's what it's supposed to be called, let's start calling them activation parties. That's pretty cool. But if
I'll drink to that.
Yeah. Well, it hasn't really activated yet, but and
bring water.
What I can do is something that probably we should have done before was show you a preview of the page. And
are these animated previews like you did for the other one, or just it just still like you did like when you for the Kickstarter? You got these little After Effects style stuff going on. Is this what you're showing us?
No, the actual preview of the Kickstarter page. Yeah.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah. Okay. So here
We've got a few things in this Google Drive as well.
All right. Yeah. All right. Cool. You mind? Yeah. There's videos there, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's play. Can I have a look what's there while I get this link up and running before we in the last 15 minutes?
There you go.
All right. It is okay. So let's have a look at Stellarlands 1 and 2. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Obviously, yeah. That's something we probably should have started with, but yeah, it's the second one. It's the second one. Yeah.
This is so cool. This is like a superhero sci-fi epic. It's freaking awesome. I really enjoyed reading this.
I thought it was great. The art was fantastic.
I really enjoyed the artwork and the story and the characters.
And I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a really, really good story.
The art is ambitious and bold, and when it comes down to the final product, it's just amazing.
It's beautiful to look at. It's a great read, and it has all the makings of an incredible series.
Stellarlands, I'm going to give this first outing an A+.
You can tell it's a passion project, and you tell it to me it's a lot to the creators. I think they did a really nice job with it.
Now, this book has great action, great characters, some cool twists that I don't want to give up, and so much more.
I read this already, and I want more.
Stellarlands.
You got that? Yeah. You got that once. Yeah. Okay. So I sent you a link with a preview of the launch page, which I hope will activate any minute now. But yeah, well, if we could just go through the rewards, before we go, that would get people's give people an idea of the campaign.
Sweet. Man, I want a Stellarlands album now after hearing that music.
No, that's all. I wish I was that creative, but in terms of music, that is from the good people of Artlist.io. So if you're ever in need of some good affordable music that supports artists, yep, go there. Now let's have a look at this page. Could the page go any bigger by any chance, or is that the closest?
Hang on. You tell me when to stop.
Yep, go. Yep, that's good. That's good.
Okay. Do you want me to press play on this, or is that the video we saw?
That's the video we just saw. So then we go down. It's a preview of the fight is on. The cosmos is at war. Billions of lives are at stake, and the night sky is ablaze with starship fire. And as we go down, because you supported this, we were able to make Stellarlands 2. So I can't thank the backers of issue 1 enough, and I hope that you will return for issue 2. Now, as we continue, if we could just go through this quickly. Yeah, who will enjoy Stellarlands?
You skipped a bit. Dive into the world with interstellar science and invincible-like superheroes. Both issues of Stellarlands come your way in this Kickstarter campaign. Stretch goals detailed at the bottom of the project page. Now you can continue.
Yeah, who will enjoy Stellarlands? Fans of Interstellar, fans of Invincible. And we've talked about both, but also fans of blankets because of the grounded nature of the romance that takes place on the lunar outpost. Yep, if we continue. Yeah, let's play that video if that's okay. Are we able to play that video? What is this?
This
video?
is
I know
so
we just saw
cool.
that.
This is
So good.
like a superhero sci-fi epic. It's
Oh,
freaking
yeah,
awesome. I really enjoyed reading this.
That's what we just saw.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. Yes, these are the brief synopsis. Yeah, issue 1 took us on an intergalactic mission of stealth and secrecy, and issue 2 looks at life at a lunar military base, where soldiers are viewed as occupiers by local inhabitants and tensions are simmering. Things take a turn for the complicated when a soldier falls for a feisty local, setting off a chain of decisions culminating in a heartbreaking dilemma. And if we look at that image, you can see that that's how life is within that joint use base. We'll have humans as occupiers and the aliens as the subjected and the subjugated. And here's some art, some previews for the artworks. And more than the action, I just love the intimate two-person encounters. They stick in the mind more than anything else. I mean, Iron Man 1 is a great film, but my favorite scenes are the ones that take place on the ground with Gwyneth and Robert Downey Jr. Chemistry is incredible, and dialogue and improv.
How many pages was Stellarlands 1?
It's 43 narrative pages. And yeah. But one of those pages is a quote page, so it's really 42, and that is not an accident. All pages are 42 pages. If you get the reference, you get the reference.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And if we can just go down to the rewards, if we can skip because I'm aware of time and it's already 9:22.
That's okay. I've got a quick question about the book.
Go ahead.
People that see you in person, is this for signatures?
No, that what you're holding on to now was a Supernova exclusive copy, which was before the campaign. So there were no names on that thank you page. But I'm glad you pointed that out. Can you show it to everyone?
There you go, everybody. Take a look.
Yeah, it says, thank you to all those who made the Stellarlands universe possible. Anyone who pledges, be it $1 or $100, will get their names on that page, because we at ComX, we know gratitude, and we know how to express gratitude. Yep. And we have variants. By the way, these variants are only available through this Kickstarter, and after this Kickstarter, these variants will be no more. So these physical variants, check them out. A talented artist called Dino Agar, a fellow Filipino, and we worked very hard on those pages. And can you go up if that's okay? I just want to assure everyone that you don't have to worry about long fulfillment times, because the book, as you can see with all of the artwork, it's done or close to finished. And most comic books are 26 pages. This is 58 pages with 42 narrative. So you're definitely getting your money's worth.
What are the other 11 pages?
They're for your artwork, for the non-narrative pages.
Oh, there you go. I did 2 drawings, but if you can spread them out in 11 pages, feel honored.
Just checking on the status of our launch page. Still, anyway. Maybe this time tomorrow morning it'll be all up and good. But it's for a good excuse, because I had to.
Well, for those people that are online watching, and what do they click on for reminders? So for instance,
it's right there. The link coming through here, stellarlands.comx.studio. If that's already on your browser, just keep refreshing. I'm sure it'll turn up. If not, the Kickstarter.
That's the link. That's the link. So I can't have. So if I click on that, does it go to something that I can click on, and then I get like a buzz in my email inbox to say, "Hey,
yes, right, a notified." Thank you very much, Alex. You know how to guide a conversation. I appreciate that. So you go to
because I don't know how to say notify.
stellarlands.comx.studio, and then there's a notify button. Click on it. But like I said, hopefully that won't be the case, because you'll click on it and then the account will be active. We just have to wait for the $5 shipping edition to be approved by the Kickstarter overlords. And yeah, I don't blame them. You have to go through everything with a fine-tooth comb.
No worries. And then for those people who are watching this 3 years into the future because it just appeared in their algorithm too late, do you want to say anything to them? The comic's probably out now.
Yeah, maybe 3 and 4 are out, and we are lucky enough to get a volume for a volume 1 with all with the first 4 issues. I'm probably working on an issue 5. Who's the president? President J.D. Vance or Kamala Harris, U.S. president?
No, it'll be Albanese. Will be our president. He'll be our president of America in Australia.
he's not eligible.
That's a John Oliver joke, I think. But
Nice.
yeah, he did this other presidents of America. In Australia, the president of America was somebody else. Anyway, it doesn't matter. What I really was trying to get at, that they can always go to comics, right? The comic store, they can always find it. It's there.
Well, you'll see it, or Kindle if you're if you're more digitally inclined,
or maybe on iBooks by this time.
Apple Books, right? Yeah, that's
iBook, Apple Book, whatever. Yeah.
And just go to that link, stellarlands.comex.studio. We're just waiting for the page to be approved, and hopefully all will be well.
What about Kobo? For those people that have a Kobo tablet, that's the alternative.
Sorry
to no. Don't worry. This is more important.
The rewards. Can you go back up, please, Bo? This is how I'd like to spend the last 5 minutes of this. Hope we might go a bit over. Hope you guys don't mind. But if I just start going over long, you just cut me off. Or if the page gets activated, you just cut me off as well. But here it is. Okay, so yes, it's 21 AUD. But with shipping costs, depending on what country you're in, for local shipping costs, it'll be 26 because just now I had to add the $5 because of inflation. And last time, 87 people. I was lucky enough to get 87 people to back us, or 88, and do the math. That's quite a bit of money. 5 times 87, 88, and that's just for that's presuming that there are locals. There are also international shipments to take into consideration. And like I just talked to a few comics creators, and they usually leave the shipping costs at 0. But unfortunately, with inflation, we do have to. I had to make that minor last minute adjustment, and I have to say that I agree with it. So these are you could get. You could get issue 1 as well as issue 2 in this campaign. Yep, you could get them both together as well, like so.
$36 for both of them. It's going to be a little bit more, isn't it?
That's just for the comic. If you add just 5,
pretty good.
Yeah. If you I appreciate that. Yeah. If you look over everything, basically, if you're an Australian buyer, just add $5. It's why, it's essentially why the page hasn't been activated yet. But yeah, you can get the variants again. They're limited in range. There's only a few of those. We're only going to be printing those for this campaign. After that, it's gone. That's what preserves rarity, and we take that. At Comics, we take that seriously. So get the comic. And can you play that quickly? It's got no audio, but this is what the foil cover looks like. And I think foil covers are amazing, but there's just something extra about them when it comes to sci-fi. I think foil and sci-fi
just. Quick question: does that phone have a foil cover as well? Because it looks like there's some foil on foil action.
That's cool. Anyway,
and that's Alex. Not that much more for a foil either. Usually, other Kickstarters, there's quite a jump up for the foil. So that's pretty cool. You've been able to do that.
Yeah, no, we're the people again. Before I met Shane and Comex, everything was gonna be digital, but he was able to expand my range and open up the world to the physical comics, and I'm absolutely grateful for that. And here's, as a result, these are the things that you can get. And there's the foil covers of the variants, extra rare, extra rare.
I dig that cover. I got to admit, this one.
Yeah, I before I sent the designs to Dino, I watched Richard Linklater's Before trilogy just to get me in the mood. And if you've seen Before Sunset, Before Sunrise, well, that's how you you'll know where that mood comes from. Now, if there's a video down here, you can design your own cover by Benjamin Worrell. If we could play that video. Yeah, if you want something custom, all you got to do is let Ben know. He's unfortunately he's not offering color because that would just take ages, but if you want something if you want a custom cover, he'll be able to make that for you. He'll draw straight onto the cover, and you'll have literally something one of a kind, unique. I don't even think I'll own a copy, but that would be I don't imagine these sell a lot, but for those of you who get it, I'm hoping that Stellarlands does turn into something, and that is going to be worth quite a bit. You'll get an original Ben Worrell, and this is all digital books will get a free copy of Sidrus Perceptions. Alex, were you involved in Sidrus?
I have at least one panel in there. I think I did one panel in there. I don't know if there was any more, but there's a bit where Sidrus has octopus stuff going on in his face. So, there's a lot of octopus action going on there. One in my panel that I did in Sidrus and in Stellarlands issue 1. So look out for octopus action for all those octopus fans.
All pages lead to
stuff.
Sidrus. And there's myself and Ben. Now, Ben was actually, when I put the ad out in Sydney Comics group by SK, Ben, who is not from Sydney, still applied, and he was the first one to apply. As you know, if you're paying a writer and you put an ad out for an artist, your email will get flooded. You'll get hundreds and hundreds, maybe even thousands of applications. Ben was the first. I should have just stopped it there. That would have been the end of it. But no, I had to be diligent, and I had to go through the hundreds and hundreds of applications. And I invariably returned to Ben, and he became the artist for Stellarlands. Basically, I just ran a marathon when I could have just walked next door. That would have been so much easier, but that's how it goes sometimes. And I'm glad that he gave him a second look. Yep. And here are stretch goals. We're going for 2.5K. I think that's enough to fund issue 3. And and anyone who gives $1 or even $100 or even 5 cents, you'll be mentioned in the special thanks, because every bit counts. And if we hit 5K, if the stretch goals, we'll get unique bookmarks. And I love the design there. So it's sexy. And that's proudly sponsored by these people at Comex. And we're still waiting for it to get active, but the reason is, again, if you're a local buyer, please add $5 to your budgeting when you make a purchase, because that's the change that I had to adjust really just before this podcast. So yeah, and yeah, again, that's inflation. Yeah. All right.
Well done, man. I'm actually really excited about it. I can't wait. I forgot actually. A while ago, you said that each issue was a standalone story, and then at the end, it was all going to come in. I totally forgot that.
Yes, you will never see the words "to be continued" in a Stellarlands book. Everything is self-contained, beginning, middle to end, but the characters and the situations that are established will come together in issue 8, if we get to issue 8. And by the way things are going right now, I feel very encouraged. But yeah, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. You will not be disappointed with a to be continued page.
But what if there is? But you are using those 3 words, just not together, right?
Yes. That would
Like
be
you're not
amazing.
you're not limiting yourself, right? It's like saying, like, oh, can't include to be and continued.
That would be. That is, and I just noticed now your plushie's in the background, and that is that's getting me pretty fast intrigued about the possibility of an octopus or a drone.
Yeah, I've been in the plushie business for a few years when I lived in Hong Kong, and my last last job in China was plushies.
Yeah, Alex was lifelike plushie.
Yes, I'm plush where it counts. I don't know.
Eminently huggable, and you won't be plush long. Just hang out with me, and we'll do yoga together. We'll hit the yoga.
Oh no. I've been quiet. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm on tablets and stuff, so I'll be noisy.
That's what's hard. Have we met? Have we met? Have met this person?
Me? No, you haven't met.
No. Naughtiest art.
Naughtiest art. I have a feeling probably. I don't know. They've probably seen me on the YouTubes before, though. Like that doesn't sound like somebody has no idea who I am.
Yeah, that's cool. Anyway, let's wrap this up because I got to check out what's going on with the activation. But thank you, OmniBeau, for hosting me for this, I guess, early pre-launch but soon to be activated campaign. And yeah, guys, I appreciate the patience, but the $5 for shipping really does make a difference. And given the economy, it's something that we all have to expect with comics creators. And ultimately, I don't think $5 is that much in terms of in
the scheme of things. I'm already paying $21. What's another $5, right? It's like you can't even buy beer happy hour for that much money.
All right. Well,
so I hear. I don't know. I don't drink. I just watch other people drink. Well, I'm all sober and depressed about it.
Well, remember, go to this link that is ticking across the screen right there. That is any minute now. Stellarlands will be going live, where you can go get the second issue as well as the first, plus a foil variant if you are so inclined. You can also
variants. Once this Kickstarter is done, they're gone. They're gone. This is your only window. So yeah. You
can also get digital copies. You can get your own cover. And yeah, also don't forget to check us out here if we're doing a little bit of promoing. Aussieverse, we're here, we're also here. Graphic designer, thank you for the thumbnail today for Stellarlands. That's really cool of you. Don't forget to also go check out Alex right here at Sloppy Bunny Tunes. And yeah, that is a wrap. Is there any final words of wisdom you want to portray?
I don't know. It's very hard to summon wisdom when you're on the spot.
Okay, people to buy your book.
It just happens.
Buy my book. Buy my book. Say that.
Yeah, buy my book and create your own books if you're so inclined. And
but buy his books first, then be inspired to do your own books.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. They've been on Drink and Draw. Max, come on, brother. What is Aussieverse?
Aussieverse is Alex Major.
For life. That's what it is.
Aussieverse is for life.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not getting myself into that trouble ever again.
Okay.
Right. Well done. All right, we'll catch you next time. For life, brothers.
Yeah. There you go. Jacob did the fourth thing before you did it. See?
Bye.